Coming up on Juice and Java, we'll discuss Syracuse University's latest tuition hike and why did Kylie Jenner cost Snapchat millions of dollars?
Yeah, and Noah and I had our last go at the Juice and Java games as we tried curling.
Plus, other Rebekah joins us all the way from Pyeongchang. You don't want to miss it. Juice and Java starts right now.
We go out.
Good morning, I'm Noah Eagle.
And I'm Rebekah Thornburg. Thanks for starting your morning with us.
Let's kick things off with the squeeze. Students from the Parkland High School involved with a school shooting have spent every day since fighting for changes in gun legislation, and it might be paying off. The NRA is pushing back using the Conservative Political Action Conference to rally their cause. Meanwhile, President Trump and Florida Governor Rick Scott have made concessions following one of the deadliest school shootings ever. Both said they would be in favor of a ban on bump stocks, devices that turn guns into automatic weapons. Meanwhile, Scott also pushed for the age to purchase a weapon to be raised to 21. Facing backlash from the Republican Party, he had this to say.
This is a time when I believe we must all come together and even cross party lines. Of course, we won't all agree on every issue. I do believe this is a moment when our state can come together around a common sense set of actions.
The students are really taking a stand on this, and they're all coming together. They're not saying we want your thoughts and prayers, they want action, and I think they have done a great job this week of getting their message across.
It's really cool to see, honestly, that students are really taking that initiative, as you said. It's sad that something like this had to happen for that to happen, and honestly, it's also sad to watch there was a 17-year-old young man who talked to Marco Rubio during that whole rally, and it looked like Marco Rubio wouldn't even listen to what he had to say, right?
It's just sad that these congressmen and women are not listening and doing what the people want, but they have agendas and they got to stick to them.
Absolutely.
And the investigation into Russian involvement in the 2016 election continues to crack down on suspects. Former Trump campaign aide Rick Gates pled guilty to conspiracy and making false statements. The charges were filed against him and campaign chairman Paul Manafort for years of tax evasion and real estate fraud, laundering $30 million in the process. The indictment, which runs 37 pages long, describes the scheme as its unlikely downfall, a key piece of evidence against them in an email chain, which includes Gates explains to Manafort how to convert a PDF to a Word document to help him falsify the file.
Well, another one bites the dust, right, Rebekah? It seems like every day it's a new character, another face added to this. It's hard to keep up.
It is. I've had the hardest time keeping up of all the players, of all the names. It's just, I'm just waiting for that one key piece of information to either nab them or to just free them forever. Yeah,
that's going to be a fun time when that finally comes out. But people in the rebel-held Syrian region of Ghouta are reeling after days of bombings. The United Nations is struggling to come to an agreement for a ceasefire as countries ask for changes in proposals. Russia stalled an agreement for a 30-day calm period that would allow aid workers to provide medical services and food. Western diplomats accused Russia of stalling for time, and France even said that not passing anything could end the UN altogether. Hundreds of people have died at the hands of rebel and Syrian government fighting this month alone. As the conflict intensifies, even attempts at a ceasefire will be unstable.
This is just so sad of everything that's going on in that part of the world. I feel like there's a different strike, there's a different bombing, and it's so sad that the people have to deal with this, and there's so much devastation there.
Absolutely. It's definitely tough to watch even just from afar. The whole thing about the UN, that's what's crazy to me. The fact that this could break the UN apart, that's nuts.
And Russia is like, oh, let's stall the ceasefire. People are dying. Action needs to happen. And Russia was just like, yep, we're going to stall.
It's a crazy world we live in because we have the school shooting, we have this. It's insane to see everything kind of unfold, not to mention all the players in Mueller. Crazy world.
Exactly. And police are investigating a racist letter sent to royal bride-to-be Meghan Markle. The letter addressed to Markle was sent to St. James Palace in London. and contained a white powder, which was later found not to be poisonous. The package also contained a racist note, which is now being looked into as a hate crime by the Scotland Yard Counter-Terrorism Unit. The palace screens all mail sent to them, so the package never made its way to Markle and future husband Prince Harry. The couple were informed of the letter after the situation was handled. Markle is set to marry Prince Harry and joins the royal family this May.
All right, well, let's add another crazy story to the list today. And this one is sad because Meghan Markle, that was a great story. You know, an American in Hollywood, biracial, joining the royal family. That's a great story. That shouldn't be tampered with, and it's really sad to see that.
And I think she'll be such a great addition to the royal family. She has so much to offer. She has so many talents, and I think she's just genuinely a nice person. And for all of this to come out, I think it's really sad, and just the people need to accept their newest princess.
You're a big fan of them, right?
Huge.
I know that you follow them on Instagram and everything.
Everything.
Rebecca's all in on the new royal family.
Absolutely.
How much of an impact can one tweet really have? Well, if you're Kylie Jenner, how about $1.3 billion? That's right, Snapchat shares plummeted Thursday after the younger Jenner tweeted that she doesn't like using the app anymore. Snapchat is receiving a lot of backlash for their new interface, which gives promoted and corporate content its own page. CEO Evan Spiegel defended the update, saying people just need to get used to it, and this comes just after the news broke that he made a whopping $638 million in 2017. That sounds pretty good to me. Most of which came from actual stock options, so this could really affect him.
Snapchat changing the update, I think people are going bonkers over it.
Rightfully so.
Do you like it?
It's terrible.
I agree.
How could you like it? You can't view stories anymore.
I know, and the fact that Kylie Jenner's coming out, I think Snapchat is really like, whoa, hold it.
Seriously.
Maybe we do need to reverse it.
Well, I think we were talking about this earlier, honestly. There was a tweet that came out right when the update came out, right? And someone was all the way against it, and it got like 50,000 retweets in the matter of a minute. Yeah. It's nuts. So I don't see why Snapchat wouldn't want to change it, but at the same time, they're so successful that they can pretty much get away with whatever they want.
And it's also embarrassing. They think, oh, this is going to work. It flops, and then they revert. I think it's more of an embarrassment.
Yeah, but I also think that kind of shows initiative that they care about what their users actually think and actually want, right?
Right.
All right, we'll see what happens. I don't know.
Who knows? And Syracuse University tuition is reaching another milestone. The university budget report released this month announced costs will be more than $70,000 for the upcoming academic year. New initiatives through Invest Syracuse have pushed the total costs up and the baseline tuition over $50,000. This is a nearly 8% increase over the year's cost of attendance. Fortunately, returning students will not see the premium on their bills, although they will see a regular tuition hike of 3.5%. Room and board and student activity fees will remain stable for incoming students, but we'll see an increase over the next year.
So I guess unless you're Evan Spiegel's kids, then you're not going to go to college at this point.
I'm just happy I'm a senior, and I have no say in the pay or anything, but honestly, you can get 17,994 Chick-fil-A sandwiches with 70 grand.
That was quick math.
I'm good like that. I'm good like that.
I mean, I just don't understand how anyone's going to afford college in the coming years, because 70 grand, most people don't even make 70 grand in a year. So that's a year's salary before taxes. That's going all towards college, and it's so important to get a degree there.
And to be honest, it's worth it.
Yeah.
But do we want to pay that? No.
No, absolutely not. Well, after the break, Lilia Wood is in studio to recap the latest from Team USA during the Winter Olympics.
And Team USA won gold for their first time ever in curling. Find out if we can do the same. Stay with us.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch.
Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
They'll test you. Try to break your will.
But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Welcome back to Juice and Java. Now it's crunch time for the Winter Olympics all the way down in Pyeongchang. And the U.S. is starting to flex its muscles down the stretch. But if you've missed the action, have you missed the action?
I have not.
All right, well, no need to worry because Lilia Wood is in studio to give us the full U.S. update. Lilia?
A hot moment for the United States this week was when the women's hockey team broke a 20-year drought and claimed gold after defeating Canada 3-2. The Americans lost 3 of the previous 4 gold medals to Canada. This game went in an overtime and then a shootout. Another moment on the ice that kept the crowd in awe was when Canadians Tessa Virtue and Scott Moore won the gold in the finals of the ice dance competition. The two have been skating together for 20 years and trained for over 35 hours a week together. Their romantic performance left the audience wondering if they're more than just ice skating partners. Hear their response.
Sometimes when we look back at the support and how our parents let us leave home, we kind of think that they're crazy, but we're lucky that we've had the support of them, but we needed each other along the way. And it is a unique relationship. We're not quite sure how to describe it, but we're sure thankful to have it.
And skier Lindsey Vonn took home the bronze in downhill skiing. At 33 years old, she is the oldest woman to ever win an alpine medal at the Games. Vonn's grandfather is a Korean War veteran, and she scattered his ashes near the Olympic course in his honor. She stated that this was her last time competing at the Olympics. And here's one for the moms. Jessica Diggins and teammate Keegan Randall, the only mom on Team USA, brought home the women's cross-country team sprint gold medal. After 18 tries at the gold for Randall, the women won Team USA's first ever gold medal in cross-country skiing. And after winning a silver medal in 2014, Gus Kenworthy returned to the Games this year as one of the 2 openly gay athletes representing Team USA. The freestyle skier did not receive a medal in Korea, but he says this was the Olympic experience he was hoping for. Take a listen.
I'm me. I'm out of the closet. I get to experience this as myself. I'm not worrying about interviews asking what type of girl I like, who my celebrity crush is, like constantly feeling the need to lie by omission and avoid questions and dodge things.
And finally, President Trump asked his daughter Ivanka Trump to lead the U.S. delegations at the closing ceremony. Ivanka already met with South Korea's president, and today she will congratulate Team USA before all the athletes head home. The ceremony will be broadcasted at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Lilia. Certainly been fun to watch. And when we come back, the Juice and Java games continue. You definitely don't want to miss it, so keep it here.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate, and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where do cats go on vacation? New York.
Welcome back
back to Juice and Java. Noah and I are here at the Utica Curling Club.
That's right, because the Winter Olympics are still going on. The JJ Winter Olympics are still going on. So we thought we need to learn a little bit about curling. I mean, it's such a popular sport, and we have Pete Chirali here to tell us a little bit about both curling and about the Utica Curling Club. Pete, thank you for the time, first of all. Yeah. This is the 150th anniversary of this club, correct?
Yes, it is. We're one of the oldest clubs in the U.S.
That's awesome. Wow. We're ready to get going. Yeah, we have a good team. We're ready to learn. Yeah. Are you ready to teach us?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. You're going to be in this position here. Your left foot, you're going to be squatting all the way down, okay? Your left foot's going to be up a little bit, and you're going to be pushing the stone up. That's called a forward press, okay? Forward press. All right. So your hips will come up, forward press, and then you'll sort of slide your hips back. Your toes will be in line with your back heel. Your head will be up, okay? Forward press, come back, and then you'll slide out.
Wow.
Try it again.
All right, let's see if I'll go first this time. I don't want to make you the guinea pig every single time here. All right, so I'm going to squat down, I come.
Now, when we do this, we're just going to do in baby steps.
Baby steps.
You're not going to try to go all the way out there. You're just going to try to get your balance.
Okay.
Like this far.
So it's front.
Just slide
back.
A little bit.
Okay.
This is your goal.
Right there?
Baby steps. Yeah.
That's quite the goal. I don't know if I can get there. Don't know if I'll make it, Jim. But I'm going to go front, back, and then out.
Yeah.
How'd I do? Did I hit the goal?
Good. Good.
Nice.
That's good. You
and
didn't
then
fall down.
Off. Great. That's no blood on the ice. That's that's a huge plus.
No round of applause. Pressure.
You can do this. You can do this.
Forward press.
We're teammates. I can cheer her on. We might be competitive.
Slide back.
But I'll cheer her on.
When you no, hold on. Slow down.
Okay.
When you slide back, your hips have to come up.
Okay.
Okay. So just slide forward, hips up. Okay. Now go. Okay.
Well done. Yeah, so we're gonna bring our correspondent Zach in because he's gonna help us with this sweeping. You know, we know the delivery. He needs to be our sweeper. He's got the upper body strength for it.
Yeah,
exactly.
I can see that. Okay.
All right.
Go ahead. Go. Sweep. Go ahead.
Zach, don't touch it.
Keep going.
Passing it on.
Keep going.
I'm losing strength.
Get that broom in front of you. Okay.
Oh, watch out! Don't burn the stone.
All right. Oh, that's great. That's great.
So we're going up, back, forward.
Yes, sweep it.
Sweep.
Hips up, hips up.
Okay. It was a bit of a push, but that's okay. Hey. Stay in front. Stay in front. Stay in front. Oh, get in the way.
Was you sort of brought it here and then let it go like that.
Hey, I'm going to walk on him.
You sort of brought it here, then sort of turned it back that way.
Pete, anyone can come here to curl if they'd like, correct?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we are going to be running a Olympic open house on it's Saturday, February 24th from 10 to 4. It's for ages 12 and up, and there's a small fee of $10, which also includes on-ice instruction, off-ice instruction, and we have some snacks and hors d'oeuvres.
Now, $10 is a small price to pay for memories for the rest of your life. Pete, thank you so much. All right, Juice and Java will be right back.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy.
Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Welcome back to Juice and Java. Now, a few weeks ago, we said goodbye to our other host, Rebekah Castor, and she's been living it up in South Korea ever since.
But we couldn't get rid of her completely. She's here with us today, all the way from Pyeongchang. So to start this off, what is the atmosphere like in Pyeongchang, Rebekah?
Hi guys, so excited to see you both. Here in Pyeongchang, excitement's pretty high. Not too many American fans made it all the way over here to South Korea, but the fans I've come across are excited to be here, and we're enjoying the last few days of the Winter Games.
And Rebekah, what has your favorite moment been so far?
Yeah, my favorite moment. Well, that's totally easy to answer. It was definitely the women's hockey gold medal game that I went to the other day. So awesome to be there. So awesome to see the United States finally take home gold. It definitely was their redemption on ice, and that's going to be a moment that I tell my children about, that I tell my grandchildren about. Definitely part of history right there.
I can't imagine what that experience was like. But what other Olympic events have you been to?
Yeah, besides the hockey game, I was able to catch a little bit of short track speed skating, but you know, I've been working a lot, so I haven't been able to go to as many events as I would have liked to, but hoping to make it to bobsled sometime this weekend, and maybe get in a few more events as well.
And with so many celebrity athletes there, who's been the coolest person you've met?
Yeah, I've gotten to meet quite a few awesome people here in Pyeongchang. I've got to meet a few athletes, but definitely the coolest person that I've had a conversation with was Shaun Dwight. I met him a few days ago while I was eating lunch. Great guy, so kind. Got to see his gold medal. So definitely congratulations to him on winning gold in the half-pipe.
All right, Rebekah, enough about the games, because I think we really all we care about is, have you been trying any interesting foods? Most importantly, did you follow up on my sushi recommendations?
Yeah, I did follow up on the sushi recommendations. Sushi's a little bit different here in Korea, so I'm definitely excited to get back to my favorite place on campus, Blue Monkey. But other than that, I have tried some Korean food while I've been here. Korean barbecue is the hit food item that everyone tells you to get. I've also tried kimchi, and there were these pancakes here that, like, imagine like a sweet pancake with like mozzarella cheese draped over it. Weirdest thing, but it's like a delicacy here at food markets, and I tried that as well.
Definitely sounds interesting, but the most important and final question for you, who do you miss back home the most?
Well, I know Noah probably wants me to say that I miss him the most, but honestly, it's Victoria and Isha, you know, the producers of Juice and Java. Just, you know, my heart just hurts without them, and I'm just so excited to come back and see them.
Unacceptable.
Thank you so much for talking with us, Rebekah, all the way from South Korea.
Yeah, great seeing you guys. Thanks for having me on the show, and I'll be back soon.
All right, well, coming up, Zach Allen is back in the studio to talk about The Bachelor.
Stay with us.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect.
Welcome back to Juice and Java. Now, you just saw Zach Allen a while back when he showed us his curling skills.
And now he is here in studio to talk about what's happening on The Bachelor. Zach?
Thank you, guys. So this week was the make or break episode as Ari went to the homes of the 4 remaining women. Ari was given a closer look inside the lives of these girls, starting with Kendall. So first and foremost, Kendall seemed to be looking to get sent home. She started taking Ari to her warehouse filled with her taxidermy. Dead animals everywhere. To make things stranger, their activity together was stuffing a dead rat. They weirdly seemed to enjoy it, though, so that's why if you tune in next week to Juice and Java, our very own Connor Federico and Nicole Demetri will take a stab at making their own taxidermy. We then find out that Kendall has an identical twin sister named Kylie. So we have Kylie and Kendall, the taxidermy twins, on the show, but it was impossible to tell the difference between Kendall and Kylie. It felt oddly similar to when Noah interviewed his dad on CBS last week. I couldn't keep straight who was who. Next for Ari was a trip to Weiner, Arkansas to go see Tia. Tia's family was nice, but they take the whole living in Weiner thing a little too seriously. They were eating pigs in the blanket with Ari, a classic Weiner-shaped food, and then Tia's brother straight up looks like a wiener. Tia's brother and father talked to Ari about the information they found on the World Wide Web about this kissing bandit. He was able to talk his way out of being a playboy, surprisingly enough, considering he had to say more than just, "I love that," in his conversations. Speaking of I love that, when Ari visited Becca in Minnesota, that was all the man could say. Toasting Becca's dead father, I love that. Giving me your blessing to propose to your daughter, I love that. Hearing about Becca growing up fatherless, I hate that. All in all, Ari ended the show with 10.5 I love that's and only 2 first years. Last but not least was Lauren B., whose family is just a bunch of clones of herself. I've never seen so much silence at a hometown visit on the show. Ari was nervous but kept himself composed despite having literally nothing in common with her family. He left the hometown dates with telling all the girls he's falling for them, and so decision time came around and Ari decided to send Tia home in a surprising rose ceremony. So a bit of a hectic week as we continue with The Bachelor. Sunday night we have the Women Tell All, followed up by the fantasy suites, which I'm confident will be filled with several inappropriate I love that's.
Well, you want to talk about that segment. I also love that.
Oh, thank you.
And Zach, that's been great. Yep. You know, it's an awesome, yeah. Yep. Who's the front runner? Who do you think?
I think it's got to be Lauren B. He's so nervous. Wow. He can't talk as it is, but he gets super nervous.
So you're saying
Lauren.
he loves that?
He loves that.
Awesome. Thanks, Zach, so much. Yep. And that's all we have for Juice and Java today. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at CitrusTV.
Yep, and thanks for joining us. I'm Rebekah Thornburg.
I'm Noah Eagle. Have a good weekend, Syracuse.